Let's fight! A very good evening to each and every one of you. We love our bell. We love it. We love it. We love it. Welcome in the ring wherever you guys are joining us from. Around the world is our privilege, our privilege to be here with you this evening. Those of you who are joining us on Twitter, those of you who are joining us on Facebook, those of you who are joining us on LinkedIn, YouTube, those of you who are joining us around the world, welcome in the ring, guys. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Good to see each and every one of you. Trust that you guys have had a great weekend and trust you guys have been with us this morning for FYI. Maybe not, some of you would have joined us also for our international podcast, Below the Belt. It's great to be here again with you guys at the 8 o'clock hour in the ring. And let's fight. We hope you all got your popcorn and you got your cokes, guys. You are buckled in, you are strapped in, and you are fired up and ready to go. How are you guys doing? Good to see so many of you joining us this evening, wherever you're joining us from. And we want to say welcome to our international visitors, guys, who are joining us this evening for that international energy conference and expo happening at the Marriott. Have you guys gotten your tickets? Can you afford it? Can you afford it? We're going to get to that. We are going to get to that. Good to see each and every one of you joining us this evening. Round one, let's fight, guys. Let's fight, let's fight. Nicolite, good to see you there. And Doreen Beckles, good to see Donna McDonald as well. And June Daniels McKinnon, good to see Wilton Blue and Wayne Bob. Good to see Pinky Vaughn joining us from Tampa, Florida. And Ron Sultan, Bridget Gittins as well joining us this evening, guys. We're fired up. Wilton Blue, we see you. Sharon Castillo, Edwards and John Raymond, Yvonne Kingston and Angela Hines, Paula Greaves and Samuel Phillips. We're fired up and we're ready to go. Good to see you, Angel Wade. Good to see you, Saint Zane, Micaiah Duncan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Atala Wade Duncan. Good to see you, Edward Wade, the whole Wade clan. Laverne Wade, good to see you. And Auntie Leslyn Thom, good to see you guys as well. Where are you joining us from around the world? Arthur McCalmont and Adira Paradise, Karen Thorne and Maureen DeYoung. Good to see you folks. Trust that you guys have had a great day. Happy Valentine's. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Hope you had a fantastic day. Hope you guys will have gotten the presents you wanted, the outing you wanted, whatever it is, what's the desires of your heart. We hope you got a little bit of that, if not everything, guys. Happy Valentine's night. Happy Valentine's to each and every one of you. Well, I am coming out with my red tie this evening, guys. Coming out with my red tie for Valentine's. Good to see all of you here with us, guys. How is it going where you guys are? How you guys keeps? How you guys keeps? Good to see each and every one of you. We're a little noisy this evening. Good to have every one of you in the ring with us, guys. Now let's fight. Joylyn Cook, pace and power in 2022. And we are hoping that as you guys come on, you share the live stream, guys, and you smash that emoji button as well. So many folks are here with us, and we are eternally grateful, guys. And let's fight. Lots of information to share with you. Like some of y'all gone and camped by the Expo. Y'all taking too long to gather around. Like some of y'all got your tickets early for the Expo and you have gone in your dandelions, your Sunday best, and you're waiting for the Expo to get on the way tomorrow. You might have gone early, guys, but we need you here too. We need you guys here as well. And let's fight. We are fired up at this end. Andrew Cuthbert, Boots on the Ground, Jamal Jordan, Cheryl Gillis, Natasha Patty, and William Backendong, Sean Moore, Chisung Henry, and Deborah Henry, Ebon Lamy, William Backendong, Boots on the Ground, and William Backendong. I am tremendously pleased to be with you this evening, guys. Sandrine Beard and John Raymond, Paul Bourne, and Denise London Welchman, Martha Harris, and Erica Hooper. It's my privilege to be here with you guys. I don't know about you, but I am ready, guys. Ready to get to the fight card. Lots of information to share with you guys. Are you guys ready? You're buckled in. You're strapped in. You're fired up. Peace and power. We are ready to go, guys. And here's what we have on the fight card as we begin this evening, guys. Happy Valentine. And we know that some persons got the most coveted Valentine's Day present this year. Happy Valentine. This is a couple that we spotted by the seawalls, and we could see that this young lady was so elated. I mean, this was the Valentine's gift of gifts to have gotten. Step aside King's Jewelry. Step aside, what's the fella's name in Kitty now who has the gold place? Step aside you, sir, former cricketer. Step aside whoever else has gold jewelry and wherever else. Victoria's Secret, step aside. The plantain has made a comeback. This guy presented this girl with this Valentine's Day present by the seawall. She said, I do. He didn't even propose. When she see the man pull out his plannings, she says, I do, I will. Happy Valentine's to you. Marry me. Happy Valentine's, folks. We hope, irrespective of where your relationship is, that your special someone got you some plannings today. Please and thank you. We hope that your special someone got you some plannings. Beatrice Selby, Spurley, what about you? We hope you guys got some plannings. We hope you guys got some plannings, folks. People are planning the cars now to buy plannings. Oh, folks, it used to be planting. But, folks, at the price they're carrying on the local market is plannings. Come on. Glenford and Karen and Heaven Faith. Shonda Bears is planning pace, power, and plantains in 2022, folks. Pace, power, and plantains. So, our happy Valentine's to each and every one of you. And, folks, we hope that if you didn't get any plannings this year for Valentine's, that next year, if you guys behave yourself, you're going to get some plannings, folks, because plantains is it. Plantains is the best thing since sliced bread now. So again, those of you who got in on your plantains this year for Valentine's, oh my, kudos to you. You've done well. Y'all are some girls with your things. You got your plantains. That being said, Annalie Wallace, pace, power, and plannings in 2022. Dorone Pierce and Arthur McCallum, Rachel Wolford. Hope you guys got some plannings. And Erica and Diane, Roxanne Estrado. Hope you guys got some plannings. And if you don't, and if you didn't rather, next time, y'all behave yourselves, drink your water and so on, mind your own business and so on. Next year is going to be the year for you guys. That being said, folks, moving on to the fight card, turning our attention now to some oil and gas news, folks. Some oil and gas news. And as you guys know, we got this conference that is happening locally, this Guyana Energy Conference and Expo. It starts tomorrow the 15th and goes all the way to the 18th. Tomorrow the 15th, it goes all the way to the 18th. And I want to make sure I call the proper name. It's the Guyana Energy Conference and Expo. And as you guys know, lots and lots of people are flying in for this conference. You all know, we saw on social media, one young lady said, she's flying out to this country, things hard. She's flying to Barbados. She's flying out. Well, we flew into, took and came. We flew in for this Guyana Energy Conference and Expo that's happening down there at the Marriott, folks. We know we're pumping all, but the ticket's still too expensive. For some people, it goes from the 15th to the 18th. How many of you are going? How many of you can afford to go? You got a choice between plantains and going to the Expo. We know. When we're there by the plantain, we can watch the Expo on television. But the price the tickets kind for the Expo, oh my Lord, you can buy a pound of plantain. Is it plantain or Expo? Plantain or Expo? Decisions. What shall we do? But this Expo is starting locally, folks. The Expo is started. It is the International Energy Conference and Expo Guyana. It's so many names. You're seeing so many different places. 2022, and it's off. It's going to be starting tomorrow. Mind you, the forecast is for lots of rain tomorrow. We're going to watch and see how things pan out there. You want a little side hustle, you might buy some umbrellas and go down there and chat to some dignitaries. But we're going to watch. We're going to watch to see how that goes, guys. We're going to watch. You gotta watch. What you guys want to do, you gotta watch. How many of you plan to go to the Expo? How many of you? I hope you're gonna go and see what's happening there in the oil and gas sector. Folks, spotted though. We had our eyes out on the conference, our eyes. attuned to what's happening there, spotted folks. Lots of people were spotted at the conference, as the conference gets underway, as momentum builds to see what happens there. A lot of folks spotted. Look who we spot, folks. Look who we spot. Look who we spot flying in for the conference. Look who we spot flying in for the conference. Y'all know this fella? His vice president made a debut. They are in a bright blue suit, a neon blue suit. Folks, this is Chandrika Prasad. Chandrika Prasad Santoki. This is our neighbor, the president of Suriname, according to Christopher Jones. Suriname, the president of Suriname, Chandrika Prasad Santoki. And you know, guys, he's one of the headliners there at the Guyana Marriott and this energy conference. This energy conference and Expo. And I hope Irfan brush up on his things. You know, he's a boy with the way he takes. I hope he brush up on reparations and everything else. I hope he has brushed up on that and valedictorians and those kinds of things, because these boys come out. Santoki came in out, right? Looking sharp. I hope Irfan brush up on his suit and such and so forth. So this is on that front. Spotted, folks. Santoki, Chandrika Prasad Santoki, the president of Suriname. He is here on the ground, folks. Who else? Look who else we spot, folks. Coming in for this conference, this International Energy Conference and Expo, we spot the president of Ghana, Nana Addo, the president of Ghana, folks. Spotted the president of Ghana. And folks, the Ghanaians, the Ghanaians got their own issue, folks. You put Ghana next to Guyana, they got their own issues. So we caught up quite recently to some of the folks there in Ghana, and some of the things they said startling about this trip and the other trips that Nana Addo is making. It's kind of a whirlwind tour he's going on there, and we spot him on his stop here at this quote-unquote the International Energy Conference and Expo. And folks, we caught up with some of the folks there in Ghana, and this is what they had to say to us. This is what they said to us about this trip by the Ghanaian president.
In the midst of this demonstration yesterday and all the widespread agitations, the president at 1 p.m. yesterday, whilst the demonstration was going on, took off on the ultra-luxurious LXDIO, which cost the Ghanaian taxpayer $14,000 an hour. This six-nation tour, we have done the conservative estimates. At the end of the tour, when the president returns, as he goes through France, Guyana, Germany, Belgium, the UK, and back to Ghana, the president will have spent a colossal amount of $776,000. At today's exchange, that is some 4.9 million Ghana cedis. A whopping 4.9 million Ghana cedis. We are saying that this has further strengthened our resolve that we remain opposed to the e-levy. We will do everything in our power to ensure that this e-levy does not see the light of day. This cannot be a president or a government that deserves additional taxes. The president must stop the wastage. The president must listen to the Ghanaian people for once. We want to serve very clear notice that we are not going to accept this conduct of the president. And we are further resolved that this side of the House will have absolutely nothing to do with the e-levy or any additional tax handle that this government will introduce. Because we have seen that we have a president who is not caring, we have a president who doesn't listen, we have a president who is not sensitive to the plight of suffering Ghanaians, we have a president who does not keep his word when he said he'll protect the public purse. Now, we cannot even find the public purse.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe and click the bell icon and get notified every time we share something interesting. We would love to have you on there.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
Pim. Mount open story jump out. We told you guys we do our homework here. We apologize. We do our homework. This story looks knowing. A president who doesn't care about the people, spending a lot of money. The people are worried about wastage and those kinds of things. The folks there are very, very concerned. A lot of taxes coming down on the people of Ghana. We've been reliably informed. We've been talking with our correspondents there, folks. We have been talking with our correspondents there. We're going to keep in contact with them as well. You heard it from the people themselves. You heard it from the people themselves there in Ghana. So, Nana Addo is one of those persons who have been spotted on the ground here. Folks, spotted. Who else have we spotted? Who else? Let's turn our attention to the fight here. Mamma Mia! Mamma Mia touchdown! Mamma Mia touchdown! What do you guys think? Mia Motley, the Prime Minister of Barbados, was talking to the installed Vice President Mark Phillips about here. What do you think the conversation was about? You know, we asked this question to some of our crew at the back end here, and they were saying maybe she's asking him when the next shipment of curry coming. When the next shipment of curry catfish coming. Right, because y'all know we told y'all based on an article we saw in the UK Guardian that Irfan sends plane full of curry and so on, wing Mia. So that could have been a question there. I ain't like perhaps I ain't like how the last one tastes. I ain't like how the last batch tastes. Like y'all puts a little thing in there. So Mia's on the ground. Mia Motley again, the Prime Minister of Barbados, is on the ground, folks. And we being made to understand that Mia's going to have some bilateral meetings with other dignitaries, other corporation, other heads of state, and she's going to be talking with Irfan about a couple of things as well, issues of mutual concern. I wonder who else, but Mia's here. As a matter of fact, we saw some reporting in which, Catfish them saying, we admire the leadership. We admire your leadership. I think we saw that in the Chronicle. Them saying we admire your leadership, but y'all got to emulate me in some other ways too. But I'm looking forward to see the address by Mia Motley. I'm telling you, Irfan, get out your thesaurus, your dictionary, your enunciation. Get in touch with Joyce Jonas, with Miss Ingrid Fung, and let us put out ourselves properly. We want to be coming out here at all, folks. Not when we got Addo and Santoki and Motley here. We got to put our best foot forward. Call you Taylor, Jakey, or what's the fella rung by the market there? Hormons, call Jakey or Hormons, whoever it is, came out properly, for us. So Mia's on the ground, folks. Folks, hold up. Who's sharing the damn live stream? Some of you just come and you like a lot of freeness. Folks, but things tight. If things were not so, folks, we'd be going to the conference and expo for free. But things tight, and we gotta be paid. We gotta charge. We gotta be charged for free. Things tight. Share the live stream. Wherever you guys are joining us from around the world, it's our privilege to have each and every one of you here. Mia is on the ground. Folks, hold up. If you all got the hookups to Mia, Santoki, Addo, give us the link, the man. Link us, the man. Link a brother, the man. Come on, folks. Come on. Things can be tight, but we got integrity, guys. Things can be tight, but we got our character. Things can be tight, but we got our values. Give us the link up. Mia, Addo, whoever else, Santoki, give us the link up. We'd love to have them in any one of our programs talking about the various multilateral issue there, and definitely we're going to make sure that we sharp. We lean on our boy, Mr. Austin, Ronald Austin, sharpen we up nice, and we come out looking good, putting we best foot forward. Took and came, no coming out. So that's what's happening on that one. Spotted, guys. Mia Motley. Who else? I think we see somebody else. Yes, we did. And among all the king's horses and all the king's men, is the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of Exxon Mobil himself, Mr. Darren Woods. He's here, and some folks are wondering whether we'll get this contract renegotiated. Lots of folks are asking whether we're going to get this ExxonMobil contract renegotiated, because lots of concerns, regretfully, are still being raised about this contractual agreement. Lots of concerns. And you had some concerns in the past with the quality of PSA. Them boys said the last administration didn't get the best deal, and they were going to come into office and wring ExxonMobil's hand and mash on their toe, and they were going to get a better deal. We're side. We still waiting. We still waiting. We just say drinking we water and minding we own business. So people have been very concerned about that. I'm very concerned about this PSA. Right? But these boys, according to Starbucks News editorial just today, they just come to maximize their opportunities here and profits from Guyana oil and gas bonanza. Are they concerned about renegotiating this PSA? They should be. They should be. And we're doing our part here as well to call upon them. As Starbucks News editorial just this morning under that header, exploitative oil agreement and poor governance. According to what Starbucks News said, right, that this power sharing agreement is unjust, right? And the paltry 2% royalty. Let's go back to the drawing board and see if we can get some more for our people. They promised us that. They said as soon as they come in, the PPP that is, they're going to go and ring their arms, stamp on their toe, they're going to get better for us. We still waiting. People are looking at the issue of the ring fencing protections in the 2016 PSA, and now the full insurance coverage and all of that for the wells there, to prevent against any disasters and so forth. So we're wondering, while Mr. Woods is here, while the CEO is here, the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of ExxonMobil, whether Mr. Darren Woods, respect and manners, whether he'll be up for any talks regarding the renegotiation of the PSA, folks. And again, folks, if any of you got to link up, the hookup, we know some of y'all is roll high. If you're going to link up and the hookup and so on, we'd love to talk to Mr. Darren Woods as well about, Exxon's future here and whether this is the best deal and if there's capacity and room for us to relook at this PSA. So if you guys got the hookup for Wood or for Motley or for Santoki or Aldo, guys, we're just throwing it out there. Who's sharing their live stream for us this evening? Welcome in the ring, guys. We're just throwing that out there. Whether it's Wood, it's Santoki, it's Mia, or it's Ado, folks. Give us the link up. We want to talk to them about the development of not only the country, but the wider region as well, folks. We got to talk to them. Moving on in the fight card. Locked out, folks. Well, we are learning that the opposition has not been invited to this One Guyana event, this International Energy Conference and Expo. Up to press time this evening, we learned that they had not been given a formal invitation. And this has been picked up by several media houses, folks. And the gentleman, Mr. Alex Graham, has said to the media, he's not aware that the opposition has not been invited. Well, I'm telling you, we have not been invited, Mr. Graham. Right? He said he has not been aware, but he's going to look into it. And he is apparently the communications director of this international conference and expo. He said he was not aware, but he was going to look into the matter. But such a position, according to Mr. Graham, in a report we're picking up coming out of the Village Voice publication, he said it would not be in keeping with Catfish's One Guyana policy and all of that. But to date, and at this hour, we can say without any successful contradiction, any fear of successful contradiction, the parliamentary opposition was not formally invited to this international conference, energy conference and expo. That's the kind of One Guyana, folks. That's the kind of One Guyana we go talking about from place to place. But you see, the reality, this is the reality. You see, you have a form and then you have substance. You got dream and then you have reality. This is the substance of it. This is the reality of it. But doing the work of a PR fella, he said that he was not aware, but is not in keeping with the One Guyana vision and all of that. But yet, the parliamentary opposition up until the eve of this international energy conference and expo has not been invited. How are we building a country like that? I'd love to have Mia's take on that. I'd love to have Ado's take on that. I'd love to have Santoki's take on that, or Mr. Wood's take on that as well. Are you comfortable visiting a country where you're discussing about the future of the country, billions of dollars, and the parliamentary opposition has not even been invited to the table? Is that the kind of world that we're building? Interesting times ahead, guys. Interesting times ahead. Again, reality, and you got dream, right? You got substance, and you got form. This is the substance of it. This is the reality of it, guys. Are you guys comfortable with that? If you're comfortable, let's go on our merry way, go to our cocktails, make our speeches, and then nothing ever changes. Nothing ever changes. We hope you guys are taking note, though. We hope you guys are taking note. On another front, folks, as we move along, we're moving along. So that's what's happening. Again, the parliamentary opposition has not been invited. They have not been invited. Not. Jehu Fowler, how you feel about that, Jehu? Bernadette Duncan, how do you feel about that? Candy Empress and Dunsford Jeffrey, Neville Baggerton, Sierra Otto, Rhonda Ferguson, Shondell Moses, Sam Vanderstoop, and Brenda Bowman. How you guys feel about that? Would you guys go to that conference there, sit down and eat and drink and all of that after the taxpayers of this country's hard-earned monies, knowing that the parliamentary opposition has not been invited? Is this the kind of world we want to live in? Is this the kind of leadership and democracy that we're talking about, where you stifle one set of people to get above? And then we're going to talk about one Guyana. Wow, how nice it is. All these lovely euphemisms and theories that we have on how society should be managed. But the reality and the substance, folks, sound and fury, but symbolizing nothing. Moving along on the fight card, we're watching that. We're going to get any additional information, any details to you guys as this develops. Further on the fight card, signs of the times. Signs of the times. Never seek to know, never ask to know. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. That's John Donne, the poet. Never seek to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. I did some reading in my younger age, my younger days. As a boy, my things. I got my books, folks. Never seek to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. It tolls thee. Share the live stream, folks. And we want to see those emojis as well. Signs of the times. Paulette Niles and Myrna Monroe. Bob Annie and Bernadette Duncan. Signs of the times. Family. Myrna Monroe, good to see you. And Shondell Moses. Samuel Peters, good to see you as well. Signs of the times, guys. Signs of the times. Every day we wake up. In the cooperative oil producing republic is something. It's something. Abba Father, Muhammad Allah, whoever upstairs listening, Mr. Wood, if you upstairs listening, Mr. Darren Wood, whoever upstairs listening, Abba Father, we call upon y'all. Signs of the times. You think it's easy here? Stay a couple of days. Come out in the Marriott, come out in the Pegasus and live as we live. Stay a couple of days. And you can see signs of the times. Folks, there's a gentleman who is being accused of robbing a 3-year-old of phone and money in Station Street. 3 years old. Well, then treat it nicely. They touch you up. Who's sharing the damn live stream? Oh, God, this country. Fuck this country. Who's sharing the live stream? Who's sharing it? When you're robbing a 3-year-old, we gone, We left, we gone, and we arrived. We have left, we gone, and we arrived this country for a 3-year-old. Y'all ain't easy, Y'all are not easy when you're robbing a 3-year-old. That's it, That's it. It's only man upstairs can bring me back. Could steer me back on the path. When you go watch a 3-year-old, you take off your bracelet, take off your chain. Something wrong with us. Take a listen to this.
What the mommy sent to the 3-year-old and not one of the older occupant of the home to send the money and the phone. I stepped out. When I stepped out to the door, I saw this young man leaving with the phone and the money, where the girl already gave to him, the little 3-year-old child already gave to him. I then tried to make an attempt to grab him, and I failed. Another neighbor saw and joined me in running behind him. a passers-by pick us up with a car and help us to catch the young man and bring him back here. That is what transpired. The neighbor happened to be seconded to the police in some form.
Yep, folks. Signs of the times. 3 years old, you know. 3 years old. 3 years old. And she's already being introduced to that kind of violence and brutality of being robbed. 3 years old. Signs of the times. Signs of the times, folks. Who's sharing the live stream? We want this valid and credible information. This was just today. This wasn't High Risk Saturday. This was not High Risk Saturday that Irfan Ali told this nation about crime is surging. Like COVID, well, no, because of things that fiddling with the numbers, the COVID numbers. Signs of the times. 3 years old. And I'm going to say, I can rob she. She look a little vulnerable by the door by her house, and I can rob her. Signs of the times, folks. Moving along the fight card. Who's sharing the live stream this evening? Hold up. You know, too many people coming here and just getting a lot of freeness, you know. Things tight, we can give things for free. Who's going to help us to share the live stream tonight, guys? Who is going to help us to smash that emoji button out there? Clive Jackson and Ariel Abrams and Dunsford Jeffrey. I see Ebon Lamy and Hazel Austin is here. Millicent Ross, folks. Signs of the times. Share the damn live stream and smash the emoji button. And let's move ahead on the fight card. Well, you got millions, folks. Millions of dollars have gone missing at the Martikai NDC in Port Kaituma. Millions of dollars. We followed this story here quite recently, where at least $40 million cannot be accounted for. And we told you guys it is the local government commission that did an inquiry into the spending for this NDC. And when they saw the corruption and the fraud, they had to fire the overseer and some of the other folks who are employed there as well. You have to fire them. Folks, these are people because they belong to the People's Progressive Party Civic. They never see a day in court. They remind me of a woman who bit a policeman. They're in police, them still calling girls, Stinker Road. Never see a day in a police station, much more upper court step. They fire them. We were made to understand that they're now working, some of the folks who were fired, they're now working for the Regional Health Authority. Check them. They just defraud. The NDC there at Martikai. Millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars they have defrauded. No jail time. So they moved from the NDC and they gone out to the hospital and work. And we want to say, yes, we are combating. You understand why the American ambassador, Sarah Lynch, the American ambassador in Guyana, instructed the government almost to put anti-corruption measures in place and initiatives in place? None has been announced since. And the folks who've been fired there from the NDC at Martikai, they've been moved to the regional hospital. Just the same way in Miss Sharon Hicks, the PS of the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Indigenous Affairs, fleecing contractors $200,000 a month. You see how Sharon feel low? 200,000 as against 500,000 US, 200,000 Guyana dollars. Sharon Hicks is a little fish. It's them people who got you paying 500,000 US for contracts. Them is the Jagabats and the trench crappos. They are the real Jagabats and the trench crappos. So millions are missing, right, from the Neighborhood Democratic Council there at Martikai. Nobody is held responsible. They let them go, they terminate them, and then they employ them elsewhere. How is that for justice, folks? How is that for justice? Signs of the times. We tell you how. Signs of the times. In London recently, a parent caught up in a little scrabble or scuffle between two young ladies, slaps one. Signs of the times. You have no right, folks. I'm telling y'all. I'm going to sell them by Cam Street for some of y'all. I'm going to go and sit down comfortable by Camp Street for some of you. He slapped the people children, the girl, and touched her daughter, According to the information we have, she did not touch her. This is Linden. But what is even more nasty, that was got a lot of people in trouble. What is even more nasty is that the police we being made to understand in Linden trying to cover up this story. They are trying to cover up this story. How you can just go and box people children like that? How you can just go and box people children like that? You can't. You just walk up to people and slap them. Play. You're looking for trouble? You're looking for trouble. I'm telling you that. You are looking for trouble, folks. You're looking for trouble. Ibon Lamy, Chantel Barker, Leonard Joseph, Otto Douglas, Anne Beverly, and Shonette Barnes looking for goddamn trouble. Looking for trouble. How else you want me to put that? This is some of what took place in Linden.
Don't bring your body up out here. Don't do that. No. Just attack them. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, what up? Hey, Sierra! Sierra! I said do not become my friend. What? Sierra, my phone. Let's go to the farm. No! That's best, Miranda! You ain't got credit? That's hard to go! That's best! Pick up the gun bomb! He's not your father that slapping you up like dog. No, my efforts, maybe father was dropping motherfucker. Yes! You want me father come with the cut last you anytime watch me, you slap up like the boy. You're afraid could I walk? Stop. Bye! Brother, what's here about? Don't worry. When I go to school, I get a video for sure.
Signs of the times, folks. Signs of the times. He just boxed the people children like it's nothing. He just boxed the people children like nothing. Folks, signs of the times. Signs of the times. Never seek to ask for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for the signs of the times. Hold up. I don't want to pretend I didn't just hear one of them students some colorful language. You know, sometimes I use one or two strong words on this program, and I got on too often calls and said, Sherrod, your language. I don't know what this is, but these children here. But that being said, you don't got no right to put your hands on another person. You see where violence against women start? It starts there in the community, and then it graduates in the National Assembly with dildo. It starts there in... Who's sharing the live stream this evening, folks? It starts there in the community with a man who should be protecting young women and trying to be a good mediator. He boxed the girl. Or first abuse. He boxed her. You think you understand what's happening in this country? Signs of the times. Signs of the time. Folks, in case that went by too fast for you, take another look at that. Take another listen. Signs of the times.
Don't bring your body up out here. Don't do that. No. Just attack them. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, what up? Hey, Sierra! Sierra! I said do not become my friend. What? Sierra, my phone. Let's go to the farm. No! That's best, Miranda! You ain't got credit? That's hard to go! That's best! Pick up the gun bomb! He's not your father that slapping you up like dog. No, my efforts, maybe father was dropping motherfucker. Yes! watch me, you snap up like your bike. You're afraid could I walk? Stop. Bye. Brother, what's your about? Don't worry. When I go to school, I get a video for sure.
We think we understand what's happening in this country. We think we understand or we overstand. If you're a rasta like me, you overstand. You think you understand Roxanne Wilkins and Seymour George, Brenda Braffett and Gail LaRose. What's happening in this country? Adele Semple, Adele Wade and Lorraine, Jackie and Paula. You think we understand what's happening in this country? But a child shall lead them. A child. Hear the young lady. You think she father or mother for be slapping? She said, even that student understands that you need an authority figure to step in there. And if punishment has to be applied, to do so. He just walk up to the people chair and grab her and slap her. We understand what's happening here. But these guys distracted, from these issues in the villages and communities. All they thinking about is oil. All they thinking about is oil. Oil all the time. Right? And some of them talking a horse of the gas. And the real problems go unchecked. That can graduate, if that goes unchecked. If he can walk up to somebody's child and box him in the street, imagine what happened in his house. Imagine what is happening behind closed doors. Right? And that graduates on a national scale and ends up in the National Assembly, where female members of parliament end up being abused. But we're coming down, folks. We're coming down. You think that's the worst? Brace yourselves. Right? Brace yourselves. I can put a hashtag in now. Brace. Let me put a quick hashtag in here. Brace, B-R-A-C-E, yourself. Brace yourself. That's what we got to do. Right? Because they got more thing. They got more thing coming. Brace yourself. Hashtag brace yourself. That's what Ali told us. For the new year, Ali told us last year, he said in 2022, brace. Brace for impact. Brace for impact. That's what Ali told us. They got more thing. Moving on in the fight card, folks. Moving on in the fight card. COVID Chronicles. I ain't tell y'all. They got more things. COVID Chronicles. There's a surge. And we know them guys now fiddling with the numbers. We had Delta. We had Omicron. And then we heard about the IHU variant, named after that hospital where it was discovered there. The IHU variant. Omicron, Delta, IHU, and the Minister of Health here, folks, who are joining us internationally, never know. Always got to go and investigate and to observe, and never comes back to say, these are my findings. Never know. 2 more deaths today. And they're telling us 10 new cases. For who want to believe that? For who want to believe that? For who want to believe that? 2 more deaths and 10 more cases. 2 more deaths and 10 more cases. Folks, you think that's the worst part? Brace yourself. Marvin Johnson, Jackie Baird, Alison Richards, and Kim Walker, y'all better share the live stream so for us to get the valid and credible information. The McPherson family from Hope Town, right? They're trying to come to terms with the loss of a 3-year-old. Folks, I beg you all. Those who have their tears, according to Shakespeare, prepare to shed them. It reminds me of a few weeks ago, we covered the story of the father in Mabaruma who lost his young son to COVID. And just the simple courtesy of the hospital providing a little transportation, or the region providing a little transportation for him to ferry his dead child from the hospital, the morgue there, to the cemetery. Even that 3 biggest budgets later, and one of the most expensive international energy conference and expo, right? We can't have a simple facility like that. He had to walk through the streets. Mia, would you allow that in Bridgetown, Mia? Would we allow that in those other places in Suriname, in Paramaribo? Would we allow that? Would we allow that there? And Ado and all the other folks who are here, I'm hunting my brain for a street name. You know, in those other places, would we allow that? Would we allow that? Right? In Ghana, Nana Addo and Chandrik Prasad, Santoki and Mia Modley, where you guys are from, are things that bad that somebody got to walk through the street with the dead? Well, here is the McPherson family from Hopetown. And the McPherson family are so overcome by grief because of the death of their 3-year-old. They couldn't even face the cameras themselves. And here is a relative and friend who is mourning with them, telling us their story and asking for justice. Asking for justice. We played on this program here just recently. Young man looks no older than 10. He said, I don't go to school. We so poor. I don't go to school. He asking for justice. This family here, their 3-year-old lost her life at the hands of the authorities in this country. Same people who planning big conference and go and give big fancy speech. And you can't save the life of a 3-year-old that could be saved. Right? In this one Guyana that we have, the disparity between rich and poor grows every day with every new barrel of oil that we pump. Fancy speech is there, but the reality, the form and the substance vary widely. Folks, if you have your tears, prepare to shed them.
Trust auntie this morning to say that they take my niece. The 1st of February, she take him with a belly pain. We take her down to Myconi said they go Georgetown. When they go Georgetown now, Georgetown say she has COVID. They transfer her straight to the Lilliandale Hospital. She was in there with a set of pain and a set of complication. They didn't do any thing on her. All they doing was just treating her for the COVID. After then, when I see she getting more worse, the belly swelling, she can't get to stool. They're trying to do something and they get the stool to come out. She still continue with the pain. Then before Wednesday now, they said they want a CT scan. So we send down the money to pay. When we send down the money to pay, my nephew go. When my nephew go now, he see a green thing coming out the bag. He asking them, the nurses is what? They say that she eat grass. The Thursday now, they say they want to do a surgery. We all out and say no surgery. Thursday afternoon, we make up our mind for the surgery. They do it 10 o'clock the Friday, 10:30 Friday. When they done now, when they do the surgery, when they open the girl, they see the appendix busting her. I'm asking the President Ali, I'm asking Mr. Norton, and whosoever more in our authority to see what they can do about this, because this is totally wrong. The child is just 3. Where they could have saved her. When we asked them to give me the child so we can take the child to a private place. They said they cannot be until 10 to 14 days. Well, the 10 days was Friday when she passed away, the Friday night. And the 14 days would have been Tuesday coming. So please help me to let them stop this thing that they're doing with this COVID thing and take people's life seriously, because the family is hurting right now very badly. Thank you.
You know, Irfan Ali is somewhere in this country right now, putting the final touches on his presentation. And here's the McPherson family asking for justice for their 3-year-old. He got to reconcile that. A 3-year-old, possibly misdiagnosis and all that you hear, but you eat grass and all kinds of nonsense. Folks, in my contribution to Budget 2022 in the National Assembly, I remember the quote again from Shakespeare that seems fitting even now. "O judgment, thou art turned to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason." Men have lost their reason. You all hear that story? That could be your daughter, it could be my daughter, it could be my son, it could be my niece, a cousin, folks. And the treatment is so callous in the health facilities, like you're just a number. And you're telling me some things are wrong in this country? That may have gone by a little fast for you guys. Let me touch on it again. Touching and concerning the death of the McPherson's young daughter.
Trust auntie this morning to say that they take my niece. The 1st of February, she take him with a belly pain. We take her down to Myconi said they go Georgetown. When they go Georgetown now, Georgetown says she has COVID. They transfer her straight to the Liliendal Hospital. She was in there with a set of pain and a set of complication. They didn't do anything on her. All they doing was just treating her for the COVID. After then, when I see she getting more worse, the belly swelling, she can't get to stool. They're trying to do something and they get the stool to come out. She still continue with the pain. Then before Wednesday now, they said they want a CT scan. So we send down the money to pay. When we send on the money to pay, my nephew go. When my nephew go now, he see a green thing coming out the bag. He asking them, the nurses is what? They say that she eat grass. The Thursday now, they say they want to do a surgery. We all out and say no surgery. Thursday afternoon, we make up our mind for the surgery. They do it 10 o'clock the Friday, 10:30 Friday. When they done now, when they do the surgery, when they open the girl, they see the appendix busting her. I'm asking the President Ali, I'm asking Mr. Norton, and whosoever more in our authority to see what they can do about this, because this is totally wrong. The child is just 3. Where they could have saved her. When we asked them to give me the child so we can take the child to a private place. They said they cannot give until 10 to 14 days. Well, the 10 days was Friday when she passed away, the Friday night. And the 14 days would have been Tuesday coming. So please help me to let them stop this thing that they're doing with this COVID thing and take people's life seriously, because the family is hurting right now very badly. Thank you.
Family needs justice, folks. The family needs justice. They need justice. I hope the authority is listening. And let's get justice for the McPherson family. Our thoughts and prayers go out to this family, folks. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them. Moving on to the fight card on the COVID front. At the St. Angela's Primary School, you got parents who are very concerned about what's happening there. Very concerned because they said the students are not observing COVID protocols at all. We know the curfew has been relaxed, but like the protocol has been relaxed as well. And the parents, again, of St. Angela's Primary School are very worried about the way in which, especially during the Monday morning and Friday morning assembly is being conducted. Very worried about COVID-19 at St. Angela's Primary, folks. So if the Minister of Education is watching, and I know she watches this program often, I hope we do something about that. Moving on to the fight card, folks. Photo of the day. Photo of the day, guys. You know, this is one of our lighter side of the programs. Photo of the day. And we position it right where we have it because we don't want to send you all off necessarily sad. But move to action. How many of you sharing the live stream? How many of you smashing the emoji button so all of us can get the valid and credible information we have? Photo of the day, guys. And here we spot the Lady Jaguars playing, warming up there in trials. They're about to go after an international match, and we want to say, respect and manners to them. Guyana Lady Jags, they're preparing for the World Cup qualifying match against Dominica on Wednesday, and they're playing in Lenora. I hope they carry Mia them and Santoki and Ado and Wood and so on to watch them girls play. Would be a fitting gesture there. Fitting gesture. So we spot the Lady Jaguars, and this is our photograph of the day. And we want to say respect and manners to these young ladies, working hard to keep our country's flag flying high. Respect and manners to them. And, because we had a long weekend, we spot a lot of photographs. And so we want to add another one here. Photo of the day, folks. Another photo of the day. This was a guy we spot on the Burbis River. Right? A guy we spot, he just going along his merry way. Wherever the waves go, wherever the tide go. Sometimes you're like this, sometimes you want this kind of carefree, this kind of carefree nature. You just pack your Georgie bundle, your board, or your little box of food, on a raft and you throw it out in the Demerara. He said, where have you take me? I fed up. We spot this guy on the Demerara River. Right? Going along his merry way. Right? And because of the vastness of the Berbice River, this one the places photo of the day. God knows where he was going and if he got there safely. Right? But he hope he got there safely. But our eyes also were on another photograph of the day. It's a lot of things, pass away. Photo of the day, folks. Photo of the day. Oh, my. Some people don't take left. Some people don't take left at all. Don't take left at all, folks. In everything today. Well, you got bilaterals meeting happening. Oh, Father. The first vice president, Mark Phillips, he ain't getting a chance, The first vice president, Mark Phillips, he ain't getting a chance. He trying to get a word in. Even Irfan. You see Irfan posture, Irfan saying, when this guy can just shut the hell up. So I can talk to Santoki. Right? But that's what happens when you invite some people to your party. They outdress you, they outtalk you, they hug all your attention. That's what's happened. We hope you learn your lesson. And that earned itself photo of the day. Folks, but a lot of things happen. You think we finished there? You think on a Monday night, you think that's where we're finishing? On photo of the day? Folks, y'all understand what's happening in this country. When they got folks like the dildo minister to deal with, and the Speaker of the National Assembly to deal with, and you're asking for justice and fairness and equity before the law. But a lot of people has waited on the Minister Dildo action that has been happening in the National Assembly and waiting on the conduct of the Speaker as well. And we want to share some of that with you guys that we saw over this last weekend here. This is Help and Shelter came out very strongly against the conduct of the nasty Nigel Darmlal. We're of the view, Help and Shelter says, that Minister Darmlal's words amount to sexual harassment, which is legally deemed as inter alia unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature, which makes a person feel offended, humiliated, or intimidated. Regrettably, sexual harassment is at present limited to the workplace. But Parliament is the workplace of parliamentarians. There is little doubt, says Help and Shelter, that the words were meant to humiliate, offend, and intimidate the women parliamentarians to whom they were directed. Not only the Speaker of the House, but the PPPC must sanction in no uncertain terms this sexually abusive behavior. That's Help and Shelter. Some other comments we saw, folks. Village Voice and their columnist G.H.K. Lal in an op-ed today wrote these words. The Speaker keeps tarnishing himself. That was the header for the op-ed. To the ugliness of the first wrongdoing, the government minister, the Speaker larded his own. In his all too human reaction, not to be condoned but understood, the partisan Speaker acted with uncharacteristic swiftness to layer with his biased finishing touch, which confirmed his imprisonment to the PPPC government's interest and its way of seeing matters and its expectation of him. Hands down, this Guyanese is the worst Speaker of the National Assembly by a wide country mile. That is GKH Lal referring to the dildo comment that the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development made in relation to a female MP, among some other dastardly comments that he made. Here was the Sisters of Mercy, again in Stambrook News in the letter columns just over the weekend on the very same issue. Here they are. We, the Sisters of Mercy and Association in Guyana, condemn in no uncertain terms the minister's statement and his behavior. We also note with dismay the deep concern that the Speaker of the National Assembly did not upbraid Minister Darmlal for his dildo comment. Neither did any of his colleague ministers. The fact that the minister's comment went unchecked by the speaker points to a dangerous normalization of violence against women MPs and the total disregard for parliamentary norms. And those are some of the things we saw over the weekend pertaining to that. But folks, how could we forget the elephant in the room. How could we forget Sugate? How could we forget Sugate? Well, we saw one editorial, a scathing editorial on this Sugate issue, and we want to share some of the thoughts from that editorial. Stabrook News again, February 12th, just over the weekend. The Vice and the VP. Vice and the VP. Here's what Stabrook News said in its editorial. To see our Vice President fumbling for words the other evening in his interview with Vice Media was not pretty. His typical press conference begins with a 2-hour monologue touching on every issue, many of which are outside his chief cook and bottle washer portfolio. Local media operators tolerate these because most of them are genuinely intimidated by Mr. Jagdeo, who has described them as vultures. Y'all hear them here? Describing media operatives as vultures, barred one senior reporter from his press conferences, and pulled state advertisements from this newspaper, Stabrook News, that is. The editorial went on. First, we should accept that Vice Media didn't come to Guyana armed with some information or evidence about or provided by Mr. Sue and wanted to confront Mr. Jagdeo. First, we should accept that. They came armed with information. The editorial goes on. It is not likely they simply said, let's go fishing for a news story in Guyana and happened to stumble upon Mr. Sue. Nor is it likely they made all this up. This is Stabrook News editorial. This is further reinforced by the fact that they are said to have only interviewed one other government official, made a brief visit to Madia prior to the Jagdeo interview, and left shortly thereafter. In another section of the interview, it reads, and he, Jagdeo, has hinted that this is some conspiracy driven by U.S. policy to combat the influence of China in Guyana and Latin America. In the process, he threw his foreign minister and cabinet colleague under the bus by claiming the Taiwan office idea was Todd's alone and that he only learned about it in the newspapers. This is some savage humiliation. But one doubts Mr. Todd would resign in principle. Resign, Todd, if you got principles. Resign. And finally, in that editorial, folks, listen to what Stabrook News says. It is also hard to fathom the supposed motivation for Mr. Sue to claim his role as a middleman and how Vice spoke to him or otherwise. Mr. Sue has since denied making such claims and is engaging his lawyers. He has not denied speaking to Vice Media. These remain serious allegations at a time when large infrastructural projects are being considered. For example, we have learned that the negotiations with the Chinese bidder for the new Demerara Harbour Bridge has broken down over financing terms, even as Minister Edghill admitted the cost will go up. This controversy only complicates matters. Yep, folks, and those are some of the things we saw over the weekend on Sugate and Minister Dildo. Sugate and Minister Dildo as the International Energy Conference and Expo opens. We welcome all to our shores. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And if somebody got the hook up for me, Ado Santoki, let us know, folks. And let us know. Or what? We'd be happy to talk with any of them. Folks, have you shared the live stream? Have you smashed that emoji button, guys? Have you done so? Then the next thing you have to do, our invitation is that you partner with us to help us to continue to do what we do here, guys. To grow from strength to strength. You know, you have been the wind beneath our wings. And because of you, we have been building out our communication project here. Whether it's the morning program, it's the podcast in the midday, or it's this evening program, or our other affiliate, the website Credible Sources. Guys, this is the work we're committed to doing, to getting you the valid and credible information. We got several platforms available. There's a Cash App platform on our Cash App handle, rather. It's the $sign in the ring 592. The Cash App handle is the $sign in the ring 592. We're available via Zelle and via PayPal as well. The email address for that is inthering592@gmail.com. inthering592@gmail.com. We're also available via MMG, that's the GT&T local system. And our number there is 627-6963. For those of you interested in the MMG platform, 627-6963. We're available via MoneyGram and via Western Union as well, guys. As well. You need any guidance, you can WhatsApp that very MMG number, 627-6963. We are fired up, guys, and we are ready to go. You need any more guidance, WhatsApp that very MMG number, 627-6963. Fired up and ready to go. Smash that emoji button, guys. Share. The live stream, we want to hear from you. We want to see what's happening at your end. Share it. We want to get the credible and valid information to as many persons as possible. Gwenda Jones, have you shared the live stream? I see Rita Singh is here as well. Have you shared the live stream, Rita? I see Ciara Otto is here as well. Donna Tassana, Seboni Semple, Rhonda Ferguson is here as well. Fired up and ready to go. Pace and power in 2022. Pace and power, folks. That is the 12th round, and we are so thankful that you guys have made it with us. Pace and power, Jackie Baird. Pace and power, Maureen Chesterpaul. Pace and power, Clive Jackson and Leonard Joseph. Pace and power, Jennifer Bob. Good to see each and every one of you. And thank you for the thousands of you from around the world who have joined us. It is our privilege, and we are humble, guys. Have a fantastic evening, guys. Share the live stream before you go. Those folks who are coming back to watch us later on, share the live stream as well and make the decision to partner with us today. We're so grateful to have each and every one of you. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. Have a fantastic rest of the evening. See you back here tomorrow for FYI. Thanks for joining us. We're back tomorrow for FYI, back tomorrow for the podcast, back tomorrow in the ring at 8. Same time, same place. Stay safe. That's our time.